Top 10 Majestic Landmarks of China, an adventure you can't miss. West Lake in Hangzhou might only take the last spot on this list, but the #1 landmark can actually be seen from space, leaving foreigners stunned that such a thing is even possible. As the map of the world gradually opened up, these places became like pins anchoring the east to the globe. From the 11 giant spheres lighting up the Huangpu River, the Oriental Pearl Tower of Shanghai, an icon that's never gone out of style in 30 years and still defines the city's skyline, to the grandest temple complex ever built for communicating with the heavens, Beijing's Temple of Heaven, where even US presidents have marveled in awe. And then there's the Potala Palace, rising 3,700 meters above sea level, a 1,000-year-old fortress temple perched atop snow-capped mountains, standing as a timeless symbol of devotion and strength. These aren't forgotten relics, they are living monuments, the most awe-inspiring landmarks that still shape China's landscape today. Join Top 10 Global as we explore the top 10 majestic landmarks of China, each place with its own unique charm and incredible story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to support the channel. Number 10. West Lake, Hangzhou. Misty waves and moonlit reflections, the legendary three pools mirroring the moon, mark the heart of Hangzhou, Zhejiang Province. This iconic mirror of Jiangnan is none other than West Lake, the most symbolic landmark of the city. It's a perfect harmony between Chinese garden artistry and natural landscape, where lakes and mountains blend seamlessly with the rhythm of modern prosperity. For centuries, West Lake has been the soul of Jiangnan culture. Step into West Lake, and you'll be stunned by its exquisite design and delicate balance with nature. The lake itself isn't vast, yet it features a remarkably intricate landscape system. 3 ponds, 6 bridges, and 10 famous scenes. Small islands dot the surface like jewels, while Broken Bridge, Lifeng Pagoda, Su Causeway, and Bai Causeway stand in elegant symmetry, offering a sightseeing experience unlike any other. Whether it's the fresh willows of spring, the fragrant lotuses of summer, the osmanthus scent of autumn, or the winter mist over the water, the scenery of West Lake is like a living ink painting that makes visitors linger in awe. Its architecture and garden designs reveal remarkable craftsmanship, where every detail tells a story. Walking along Su Causeway, you'll find bridges, rippling waves, and willow shadows intertwined, every step a new view, every turn a meeting between history and beauty. The cultural and aesthetic value of West Lake earned it a place on the UNESCO World Heritage List in 2011. But for the people of Hangzhou, it has long been more than just a scenic spot. It's a part of their everyday life. Number 9. Tianya Haijiao. A gentle sea breeze caresses your face as turquoise waves ripple endlessly. People often say the farthest distance in the world lies between Tianya, edge of the sky, and Haijiao, end of the sea. And this poetic place truly exists in Sanya, Hainan. Since ancient times, it has been seen as the symbolic end of China's southern seas, and today it stands as one of the most romantic destinations in the country, longed for by countless lovers. Located at the foot of Mount Maling, about 20 kilometers southwest of Sanya City, the Tianya Haijiao scenic area covers 10.4 square kilometers. As early as the 53rd year of Emperor Kangxi's reign during the Qing dynasty, an imperial official came here to survey the border. Awed by the boundless view of sky and sea merging into one, he carved the words, "The edge of the sea, the southernmost heaven," onto the cliffs, one of the earliest stone inscriptions in the area. Later, during Emperor Qianlong's reign, more poems were added, turning this site into the ancient southern symbol of China's territory. The scenic area is dominated by giant coastal rock formations and a 2.2-kilometer long stretch of soft sandy beach, surrounded by coconut groves and coral reefs that create a distinct tropical landscape. The most famous, Tianya Rock, stands 10.8 meters tall with a circumference of 66 meters. The two characters, Tianya, were written by Chen Zhe, an official from the Yongzheng era. Nearby lies Haijiao Rock. Together, they express the poetic vision of the vast sky, open sea, and soaring birds. At the center of the square, the Sun and Moon Rock, formed by two massive stones leaning together in the shape of a heart, has become a romantic landmark, a symbol of eternal love and a must-visit backdrop for wedding photos. Beyond the inscriptions, the site is also home to 2 ancient coconut trees with striking shapes, featured on countless Hainan travel posters and dubbed by tourists as the Stars of Check-in. Along the scenic route, visitors can also see the Southern Pillar of Heaven, the iconic landscape printed on the back of China's 2 yuan banknote. A local legend says that in the 1970s, a businessman who touched one of the sacred stones saw his fortunes rise dramatically, giving birth to the name the Prosperity Stone. But Zhangjiajie is more than a natural wonder, it's a place rich in cultural heritage. Since the Ming and Qing dynasties, countless poets and scholars have left their verses here. Today, it's known as a symbol of love, hosting the annual Zhangjiajie International Wedding Festival, where couples from around the world come to pledge their vows at the edge of the sea and sky. Established as an official scenic area in 1984, Zhangjiajie was named a National Scenic Spot in 2004 and listed among Hainan's top 10 cultural landmarks in 2020. Now, visitors can ride along the coast by electric shuttle or watch the sunset fade into the South China Sea from the observation deck and truly feel the endless romance of this edge-of-the-sky corner of the sea. Number 8. Lijiang Ancient Town. In the northwest of Yunnan Province, beneath the snow-capped Jade Dragon Snow Mountain, lies an ancient town where clear waters flow through narrow stone streets and blue-tiled roofs shimmer under the reflection of white snow. This is Lijiang Ancient Town, a precious gem on the ancient Tea-Horse Road and the homeland of the Naxi people for generations. Stepping into Lijiang feels like opening a door to 800 years of history. As you walk along the stone-paved lanes, the gentle murmur of flowing water accompanies your every step. The town's uniqueness begins with its ingenious water system. 3 crystal-clear streams flow from north to south through the town, dividing into countless small canals crossed by hundreds of charming bridges. Every house is built by the water, flowers blooming in courtyards, trees casting shadows, and the sound of rippling streams echoing at the doorstep. As the Naxi people say, without water, there would be no city. It is this living network of water that turns Lijiang into a breathing landscape painting. The residential architecture here is equally fascinating. Wooden houses with black-tiled roofs and whitewashed walls blend the courtyard design of the Central Plains, Tibetan-style wood carvings, and Naxi decorative motifs, all meeting harmoniously on the same window frame. At sunset, red lanterns reflect on the shimmering water, while ancient Naxi melodies drift from Sifang Street, carried softly by the evening breeze. Historically, Lijiang was already a key post along the ancient Tea-Horse Road during the Yuan dynasty, bustling with merchants and caravans. In the Ming and Qing dynasties, the ruling Mu family built the magnificent Mu Mansion, governing Lijiang for centuries. Today, the mansion still stands with its elegant courtyards, sweeping eaves, and ornate dugong brackets, a testament to the prosperity of its past. Thanks to its unique water system, diverse architecture, and rich ethnic culture, Lijiang Ancient Town was inscribed as a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site in 1997. Yet beyond its global recognition, what truly moves visitors is the town's living spirit. At dawn, the sound of Naxi classical music echoes through the narrow lanes. At night, bonfire dances light up Sifang Street. The old legends of the Tea-Horse Road still whisper through the tea houses. Today, Lijiang is not only a famous tourist destination, but also an important window into Dongba culture, the ancient script and spiritual heritage of the Naxi people. During the day, you can visit the Dongba Script Museum, and by night, sip local wine while listening to the soothing rhythm of a 3-stringed Naxi melody. As the last rays of sunlight touch the snowy peaks of Jade Dragon Mountain, sit by the riverbank and watch the blue-tiled roofs fade into the twilight, you'll understand that Lijiang's charm lies far beyond its beauty as an ancient town. It's a living poem where history, culture, and serenity flow together like water. Number 7. Dujiangyan. To the west of the Chengdu Plain in Sichuan, the Min River flows southward from the mountains, winding through the foothills of Mount Qingcheng. Here lies a masterpiece of ancient engineering, a water management system built over 2,000 years ago that still functions perfectly today. This is Dujiangyan, a marvel of irrigation without a single dam. Unlike massive modern reservoirs, Dujiangyan is not a barrier, but a living system, a pulse that has sustained the Chengdu Plain for millennia. It is the reason Sichuan earned its nickname as the Land of Abundance. The first site that captures your attention is the Fishmouth Levee, Yuzui, a clever, fish-shaped embankment that divides the Min River into two branches. The outer river channels floodwaters, while the inner river irrigates farmlands. Following the inner river upstream, you'll encounter Faisha Weir, which filters sand and diverts excess water, and Bao Pingkao, the narrow throat that controls the flow. The entire system works harmoniously, relying solely on natural topography, river bends, and erosion, not a single piece of modern machinery. What's truly astonishing is that this system was completed in 256 BCE during the Warring States period. Li Bing, governor of Shu Prefecture under the Qin state, and his son led thousands of workers to build this monumental project using only wooden stakes, bamboo cages, and river stones long before the age of steel or concrete. More than 2 millennia later, Dujiangyan still irrigates millions of acres of fertile farmland across the Chengdu Plain without requiring major repairs, a living testament to ecological intelligence. Rather than conquering nature, Dujiangyan works with it, storing water in spring, releasing floods in summer, and allowing silt to flow away naturally. It's this harmony that has earned it the title, the forefather of the world's irrigation culture. Today, Dujiangyan is not only a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but also part of everyday life for the people of Chengdu. You can stroll along the Nanqiao Bridge to watch the jade-green Min River rush below, or cross the Anlan Suspension Bridge, feeling the river's power beneath your feet. Then, climb nearby Mount Qingcheng, the cradle of Taoism, where ancient pines and vines weave a tranquil, spiritual world. As the sun sets, the golden light shimmers across the Min River, and the Fishmouth Levee stands firm amid the roaring water. Standing here, it's impossible not to marvel at how the wisdom of our ancestors, carved into mountains and rivers over 2,000 years ago, continues to guide the harmony between humans and nature to this very day. Number 6. St. Sophia Cathedral. On a northern winter's night, the wind hums like a violin and the snow glows softly like moonlight. In the middle of Harbin, under the shimmer of city lights, stands a majestic red brick cathedral crowned with a jade-green dome. The St. Sophia Cathedral, one of the largest Orthodox churches in the Far East and a masterpiece of Byzantine architecture. Located at number 88 Tulong Street, Daoli District, Harbin, the cathedral covers 721 square meters. The first version of St. Sophia was built in 1907, a simple wooden military church constructed by the 4th East Siberian Infantry Division of the Russian Empire. As the number of believers grew, a grander brick version was commissioned in 1923, and by 1932, the new cathedral rose to 53.35 meters, dominating the skyline of the Far East. In the years that followed, the cathedral endured neglect, even being converted into a warehouse for a time. But in 1997, the Harbin city government restored and preserved the site, expanding Sophia Square and allowing this century-old monument to shine once again. In 2016, it was officially listed among China's first batch of 20th century architectural heritage sites. Designed in the shape of a Greek cross, the cathedral measures 42 meters from east to west and 28 meters from north to south, forming a nearly perfect square. Its central 7-tiered bell tower soars into the sky, topped by an onion-shaped dome covered in turquoise-glazed tiles that glimmer like gemstones. Surrounding it are 8 smaller domes that give the building depth and grandeur. The red brick walls glow golden under the sunlight, while the intricate Byzantine reliefs and motifs, blended with arabesque and Islamic decorative elements, lend the cathedral both mystery and romance. Today, St. Sophia Cathedral no longer serves a religious function. It has been transformed into the Harbin Architectural Art Gallery, celebrating the city's rich cultural legacy. Sophia Square, at its base, has become one of Harbin's most vibrant open-air venues, filled with photographers, street performers, and artists. The rhythmic clicks of cameras never cease, whether it's a young woman twirling in a Russian dress or tourists posing for spontaneous photos. The cathedral behind them turns every frame into a work of art. More than a landmark, St. Sophia Cathedral is Harbin's signature, a living chronicle of East-West cultural exchange. Within its walls are traces of the Russian Empire, the rise and fall of the city, and the passage of time, all etched into its weathered red bricks and glorious domes. When the sunlight touches its emerald onion dome, St. Sophia stands dignified yet dreamlike, radiating a quiet brilliance, watching over both the past and present of Harbin. Number 5. The Oriental Pearl Tower. In Lujiazui, Shanghai, a futuristic tower pierces the skyline, a dazzling landmark recognized across the world. Its structure is a striking fusion of steel and spheres, connected by columns and beams that gleam like a string of celestial pearls. You've probably guessed it. This is the Oriental Pearl Tower, often hailed as the skyscraping wonder of the East. Standing 468 meters tall, the Oriental Pearl Tower was completed in 1994, once holding the title of the tallest TV tower in Asia. What makes it extraordinary is its unique structure of 11 giant spheres, including 3 massive observation orbs, with the largest reaching a diameter of 50 meters. Arranged like pearls threaded through the sky, these orbs create a dynamic and elegant silhouette unlike any other tower in the world. At the topmost sphere lies the Sky Observation Deck, offering a breathtaking 360-degree view of Shanghai's magnificent skyline. Inside the tower, you'll find a revolving restaurant, a science and technology museum, a Shanghai history museum, and a glass-floored observation corridor where visitors can experience the thrill of walking in mid-air above the city. Architecturally, the tower uses a steel core structure reinforced by external columns, balancing both stability and aesthetics. The alternating large and small spheres give the tower a distinctive sense of rhythm and futuristic design, a perfect blend of modern engineering and artistic imagination. But beyond its technical brilliance, the Oriental Pearl Tower has become the cultural symbol of modern Shanghai. It has witnessed the city's dramatic transformation, from the historical riverfront of the Huangpu to the gleaming skyline of a global financial hub. It's now a favorite destination for photographers, travelers, and couples alike. When night falls, the tower bursts into life with vivid light shows and synchronized music, turning the Huangpu River into a river of color and energy, a dazzling display of Shanghai's vitality and cosmopolitan charm. Internationally, the Oriental Pearl Tower has been ranked among the top 10 most iconic towers in the world, and it remains China's first super tall tower to combine sightseeing, dining, and entertainment. From wedding photos to city festivals held on the square below, it continues to capture the spirit of creativity, innovation, and progress. The Oriental Pearl Tower is not just an architectural marvel, it is the living emblem of Shanghai's modern identity, a radiant symbol of China's rise into the future. Number 4. The Temple of Heaven. In the heart of Beijing lies a place that once left a US president awestruck. After visiting, he exclaimed, "It took Beijing only 100 years to become New York, but it would take New York 1,000 years to become Beijing." This is the Temple of Heaven, the largest and best preserved imperial ritual complex in the world, a masterpiece of harmony between architecture, cosmology, and imperial power. Located just south of Beijing's central axis, near Chongwen Gate and Tiananmen Square, the Temple of Heaven occupies 273 hectares. It was the sacred site where emperors of the Ming and Qing dynasties performed annual ceremonies to pray for good harvests and divine favor. The complex is laid out along a north-south axis, with 3 key structures forming its grand composition: the Hall of Prayer for Good Harvests, the circular mound altar, and the Imperial Vault of Heaven. At the center stands the Hall of Prayer for Good Harvests, a majestic, triple-gabled circular hall supported by towering red pillars and crowned with blue glazed tiles decorated with golden dragons. Rising elegantly toward the heavens, it symbolizes the emperor's connection with celestial power and showcases the remarkable craftsmanship of ancient Chinese builders. To the south lies the circular mound altar, encircled by concentric stone terraces symbolizing the union of heaven and earth. Here, emperors performed solemn rites of worship, offering thanks and prayers for bountiful harvests. The site's design also includes acoustic marvels, such as the echo wall and triple echo stones, where even a whisper can travel clearly across surprising distances, a poetic metaphor for communication between man and heaven. Construction of the Temple of Heaven began in 1420, during the 18th year of Emperor Yonglei's reign in the Ming dynasty. Over the centuries, it was expanded and perfected under successive emperors, evolving into the ultimate symbol of imperial ritual and cosmological belief. The entire complex embodies the ancient Chinese worldview of a round heaven and square earth, blending spirituality with architectural precision. Today, the Temple of Heaven remains one of Beijing's most beloved landmarks, a place where local residents practice Tai Chi at dawn and tourists wander among centuries-old stones. In the morning, you'll see the silhouettes of people moving gracefully across the marble terraces. In the afternoon, sunlight glints off the richly painted eaves, and by evening, the Hall of Prayer glows like a golden palace under soft illumination, a timeless reminder of Beijing's cultural grandeur. Recognized by UNESCO in 1998 as a World Cultural Heritage Site, the Temple of Heaven stands as a global symbol of ancient wisdom and aesthetic perfection. The crimson pillars, the vivid paintings, and the silent stone steps all tell a story of emperors conversing with the cosmos and of humanity's eternal quest for harmony between heaven, earth, and man. Standing in the Temple of Heaven Square, you're not merely admiring architecture, you are touching history itself, feeling the quiet dialogue between imperial power and the boundless sky. Number 3. The Giant Wild Goose Pagoda. In the year 645 AD, a weary monk rode a white horse across wind-swept deserts, carrying with him precious Buddhist scriptures from the far west. That monk was Master Xuanzang, the legendary pilgrim who journeyed to India in search of spiritual truth. Upon his return to Chang'an, today's Xi'an, he brought back 657 volumes of Buddhist sutras, treasures of wisdom that bridge civilizations. To preserve and translate them, he personally oversaw the construction of a great pagoda within Xi'an Temple, the magnificent Giant Wild Goose Pagoda. Rising 64.5 meters high, this 7-story square brick tower was completed under Xuanzang's guidance and has stood for over 1,300 years. It is not merely a Buddhist monument, it is a vault of civilization, where ancient Chinese culture met the philosophical depth of India. The pagoda's solid square base and slightly upturned eaves combine the grace of Chinese pavilions with the geometry of Indian stupas, symbolizing harmony between east and west. Climbing to the top, you'll find its structure astonishingly well-proportioned and sturdy. Despite centuries of earthquakes, storms, and time's erosion, the Giant Wild Goose Pagoda remains standing tall, a testament to the engineering genius and craftsmanship of the Tang dynasty. Inside, the pagoda once safeguarded palm leaf scriptures brought from India, making it one of the earliest repositories of Buddhist knowledge in China. These scriptures were later translated into Chinese under Xuanzang's supervision, spreading Buddhist philosophy and inspiring generations of scholars. More than a building, this pagoda represents the convergence of Eastern and Western thought, a spiritual and cultural meeting point that shaped Chinese civilization for centuries. Below the pagoda lies the Cayenne Temple Square, where fountains and gardens create a tranquil balance between ancient architecture and modern life. In spring, cherry blossoms frame the pagoda's silhouette. In summer, lotus ponds shimmer beneath it. In autumn, fallen leaves carpet the temple grounds. And in winter, snow rests gently upon its tiled roof. Locals in Hanfu and visitors from afar often gather here to take photos, bringing new life to this ancient symbol of Xi'an. Each brick, each curved eave tells a story of the Tang dynasty's golden age, of Master Xuanzang's unwavering faith, and of the endless human pursuit of enlightenment. In 2014, the Giant Wild Goose Pagoda was inscribed as a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site, solidifying its place among the great monuments of human history. Through storms and centuries, it still stands, steadfast, solemn, and radiant, a living monument to faith, intellect, and the timeless spirit of cultural exchange. Number 2. The Potala Palace. On the summit of a majestic snow-capped mountain, red and white palaces rise layer upon layer, their golden roofs glimmering under the bright sun, like a heavenly castle descended from the skies. This is the Potala Palace, the most iconic landmark of Lhasa and the spiritual heart of Tibet. Perched atop Red Hill in Lhasa at an altitude of about 3,700 meters above sea level, the Potala Palace covers an astonishing 130,000 square meters, making it the highest and largest palace complex in the world. It consists of two main sections, the Red Palace and the White Palace. The Red Palace serves as the spiritual core, housing sacred Buddha statues and the stupas of successive Dalai Lamas, while the White Palace functions as the administrative center and residential quarters for monks and officials. The palace rises tier upon tier along the mountain slope, its gilded pinnacles reaching toward the sky. From a distance, it appears solemn, ethereal, and otherworldly, a breathtaking fusion of faith, power, and artistry. Construction of the Potala Palace began in the 7th century under King Songtsen Gampo, and it reached its current scale during the reign of the 5th Dalai Lama. Throughout the centuries, it has stood as both the political and religious center of Tibet, as well as a living archive of its art, culture, and spirituality. Inside, the palace safeguards a vast collection of murals, Thangka paintings, Buddhist sculptures, scriptures, and historical relics, each piece preserving centuries of Tibetan heritage. Architecturally, the Potala combines Tibetan, Han Chinese, Nepalese, and Indian influences. Built directly into the mountainside, its dense walls, intricate stairways, and layered courtyards are designed to withstand the harsh cold and earthquakes of the plateau. The interiors gleam with gold and deep crimson, filled with ornate chapels and sacred stupas. Every hall and shrine carries a unique spiritual meaning, reflecting the profound religious artistry and architectural genius of the Tibetan people. Standing in Potala Palace Square, you can witness the shifting moods of the seasons. In spring, snow peaks mirror the palace's golden roofs. In summer, green meadows surround its ancient walls. In autumn, red leaves glow against its white facades. And in winter, snow blankets the entire complex, turning it into a silent paradise. Visitors and pilgrims alike gather here to admire not only the magnificent view of Lhasa, but also the deep spiritual atmosphere that pervades the air. Recognized by UNESCO in 1994 as a World Cultural Heritage Site, the Potala Palace stands as a shared treasure of humankind, a symbol of Tibetan resilience, devotion, and cultural splendor. Through centuries of storms and change, its red and white walls and golden rooftops have continued to bear witness to Tibet's enduring faith and the timeless dialogue between heaven, earth, and humanity. Number 1. The Great Wall of China. Seen from space, the Great Wall of China stretches across the land like a colossal dragon, winding over mountains and valleys, reaching toward the sky. It is the longest defensive structure in human history, a timeless symbol of Chinese wisdom, endurance, and unity, and one of the greatest cultural treasures of the world. Spanning more than 21,000 kilometers, the Great Wall weaves its way through multiple provinces, including Hebei, Shaanxi, Inner Mongolia, Shanxi, and Gansu. From Shanhaiguan in the east to Jiayuguan in the west, it traverses towering mountains, vast deserts, deep valleys, and endless grasslands, forming an unbroken line that embodies both power and beauty. The earliest sections were built during the Spring and Autumn and Warring States periods, but it was Emperor Qin Shi Huang who first united and extended the wall after the unification of China. Later dynasties, especially the Han and Ming, continued to expand and strengthen it, creating the grand and intricate military defense system that remains today. Along the wall, watchtowers, beacon platforms, fortresses, and gates were strategically placed for communication and defense. Every stone and brick carries the ingenuity of ancient builders. The Ming Dynasty sections are particularly well preserved. The walls are 6 meters thick, 8 to 10 meters high, and topped with battlements and observation platforms. From here, soldiers once guarded the borders and sent smoke signals that raced across the horizon. But the Great Wall is far more than a military relic. It is a living chronicle of Chinese civilization. It has witnessed the rise and fall of dynasties, the meeting of cultures, and the blending of peoples from the Central Plains and the Northern Steppes. Standing atop its weathered stones, as you gaze at its endless path twisting over the mountains, it's easy to imagine the flickering beacons of ancient times and the echoing calls of horns across the frontier. In 1987, the Great Wall of China was inscribed as a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site, recognized as one of humanity's most extraordinary achievements. Today, it stands not only as an architectural marvel, but as a symbol of resilience, unity, and the enduring spirit of the Chinese people. From past to future, the wall continues to stretch across time, an unbroken link between earth and sky, memory and hope. So among these 10 most awe-inspiring landmarks of China, which ones have you visited? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share so you won't miss our next adventures. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.